Even on a Tuesday morning, one of downtown's top brunch spots is busy.
People here are great.
Downtown Fargo, that is.
Super friendly.
Longtime Old Broadway owner Warren Astley raves about his downtown, which we traveled to witness its ongoing boom firsthand.
Why do people live down here? Because there's things to do.
We wanted to see what Fargo was doing because back in Duluth,
I mean, it's disgusting down here now.
the owner of Canal Park's brunch restaurant,
It's gross.
former brunch restaurant, is among many pining for a city glow-up.
You know, we have people on the corner, on every corner down here, begging for money or drugs.
Matt Berthium owned the Social House in Canal because after years of success in Hermantown, he wanted to grow.
The reason why I wanted to open up here and why I was excited about it, because I was so romantic about the area. And I just remember seeing all the people down here enjoying the food and liking all the stuff.
But 2.5 years later, he's done. Says parking's a nightmare, foot traffic dried up, and says the city wasn't making it any easier.
It's total BS. And it's ridiculous to me. Like, there's no incentives for any business owners.
Incentives. That takes us back to Fargo and that boom we told you about, spurred by a boom in downtown housing at every income level.
People actually living here and making this, their home in the center of the city.
It all started in 1999 when North Dakota created Renaissance zoning, meant to help its cities revitalize their aging downtowns, offering property tax and state income tax exemptions to companies and developers. 7 years later, entrepreneur and eventual governor Doug Burgum took advantage, forming a firm called the Kilbourne Group that utilized Renaissance zone incentives to transform historic buildings and old parking lots into downtown housing, a transformation that continues today.
That really helped change a lot of empty parking lots into mixed use.
Rocky Schneider is head of Fargo's Downtown Community Partnership and says condos and apartments are everywhere.
There is a core and a focus on bringing residents back down, so it's a 24-hour downtown as opposed to just an 8 to 5.
Fargo's achieved that by adding 2,000 housing units to its downtown over 20 years, nearly half of that resulting from Renaissance zoning. But what might surprise Duluthians is Fargo is experiencing similar challenges with homelessness and drug use. It's just not as noticeable with so many people living and working downtown.
When you're at a baseball game and everyone's yelling, you don't notice yelling. If you're in a quiet area and one person's yelling, that's all you notice.
And here's what they mean. This is what it looked like in Canal Park the night before Grandma's Marathon. And this is what it looks like 4 days after Grandma's Marathon. Much smaller crowds, far fewer people, making anything unsightly stand out that much more, and less of a sense of community for any visitors.
We don't have enough people down here. We need people living here.
Roofs before retail, says Sean Flurkey, whose Boreal Waters Community Foundation has spent years working to revitalize a downtown that has an abundance of old, vacant buildings that are extremely expensive to convert into housing. And there's no such thing as Renaissance zoning here.
We've not done a good job of incentivizing housing builds in our downtown.
Is incentivizing a dirty word to some people in this town?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I've had conversations, well, we don't need to incentivize those rich developers. I'm like, those rich developers can build anywhere they want, right? So the way forward to me is by coming together, valuing the whole over maybe some special interests who really like this one thing the way it is, and saying, we're going to collectively look out for our whole population. Poor people, rich people, working people, retired people, unhoused folks.
The city and Downtown Duluth organization are now laying out a plan to try.
I see our downtown making some great forward momentum.
Christy Stokes is among those behind the brand new downtown development strategy just presented to council.
People don't want another plan or a study. They're looking for action.
It looks at downtown's 23% office vacancy rate, 5% higher than the national rate, aiming to use a portion of that space to help create 2.2 million square feet of new development, attracting developers through tax abatements, fee waivers, grants, and more, with a goal of more than 1,000 new downtown housing units over 5 years.
Is that a realistic goal, do you feel?
I think we're just at that point where we can really see a springboard coming and that we're going to have a lot more housing.
I love Christie's optimism with Springboard, and I always remind folks 84% of downtown is privately owned. What the city can do is help lay out a vision, and frankly, I think we're bought in on the vision of downtown having a residential future, and then helping provide the street-level tangible things that can encourage us to move in that direction.
And if that gets the ball rolling, it's on to the next goal of green gathering spaces, something else downtown Fargo's mastered with its Broadway Square. A spot for concerts, farmers markets, and games in summer turns skating rink in winter.
It's housing first, but then it's how do you build a neighborhood?
You sound hopeful.
I am. I'm in it, man. You don't make the shots you don't take. And now is our time to take the shots.
But for business owners like Matt Berthume, patience is running out, waiting for the heart of the city to get pumping again.
Parking's a problem, safety's a problem, cleanliness is a problem. That needs to change. You have to get the people in the community to want to come down here again, and I don't blame them for not wanting to.